Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. It is episode number 72 today. It's not a great episode for us as Chelsea fans. We're going to be talking about Chelsea today. It's very early on the Wednesday morning, the day after the game, though this won't be out until Thursday, I think. So yeah, we're here, kind of a raw-ish reaction to the season so far, the Southampton game. I mean, we briefly talked about the Leeds game.
It's been rubbish.
Stream.
It has been appalling. We scraped through Everton first game. We got unlucky at Tottenham.
So I thought first two games, I'm not unduly worried. I thought Everton looked like rust, and a lot of new players coming into the side. That is going to take time to adapt. But yeah,
And then Leeds was shocking. Leeds was the really shocking one. And I thought, it can't get worse from here. We've just lost 3-0 to Leeds. Then we scraped through against Leicester.
Well, I think we looked better against Leicester.
2 red cards in 5 games as well.
Especially since we were down 10 men in that Leicester game. I think we looked better, but Mendy obviously made that big error and then we conceded, and that was very frustrating.
Another error from Mendy. And then we look at Tuesday night, which was abysmal. The fact, the difference with the Leeds game, we were never in the game. Whereas the Southampton game, we were the better team for the first 20 minutes. We took the lead, and then we just fell apart.
I think that is the biggest problem. It's just as soon as we concede a goal, heads drop. Yeah. Or at least we're losing in the game, heads drop. And it is a massive problem. And it does make me question where the blame lies. Is it with Tuchel? Is it with the players? How do we fix that? It's a massive, massive problem at Chelsea at the moment.
If I look at the recent performances, Havertz not been good enough. I don't know why Tuchel
Mount's not been good enough. The fact that two of our attackers have got 0 goals, 0 assists in 5 games.
Sterling, 3 goals, 5 games. That's not bad for him. First, he looks like the only Chelsea player that actually wants to play football at the moment.
He looks fantastic. I think for me against West Ham, it should be Sterling one wing, Pulisic the other, Breuer up front, provided we don't sign like Zaha or Aubameyang in the final days of the window.
If Tuchel starts Havertz against West Ham, then clearly there's something there that he doesn't like Breuer, or he favours Havertz, or he's been told to play Havertz or something like that. Because it's ridiculous how he keeps starting and not doing anything.
Yeah, and then into the midfield, Jorginho,
which is a problem.
Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. I thought RLC first half looked decent. I know he picked up a knock, but Jorginho was shocking. Absolutely shocking how poor he was. Yeah, just not good enough for him.
And over the first 5 games, Kovacic has only come back as a sub appearance for the Leicester and Southampton games. Obviously, Kante's been injured. Gallagher got sent off last week. We refused to play Billy Gilmore.
Jorginho needs someone who is incredibly good defensively next to him. So a Kante or a Kovacic.
Or Gilmore.
Yeah, but for some reason we're refusing to use Gilmore, though he has now been given a squad number. I do think that maybe it should be Gilmore and Kovacic, provided Kova is back. I mean, he did play a half against Southampton, so you'd imagine he'll be back
at this
for
point,
Saturday.
we should give people like Ampadu a go. Because
it seems like Ampadu will not be there come Saturday. I think he will go to Spezia now.
I just think because the players that are playing don't like they want to play for the football club. Ethan Ampadu, who's been here for donkey's years, would love a go in the Premier League.
Yeah, I don't think we need him. I think we will sign. Well, Fofana is a done deal. Gavardio in a year is a done deal. We're looking like we're going to potentially still be able to get Frankie de Jong. I think he is exactly what we need, because I think a midfield of De Jong and a Kante, or De Jong and Kovacic, or even De Jong and Jorginho is fantastic. So I would be very content with a move like that.
Defence-wise, as you said, bringing in Fofana.
I was going to say, I think the defensive issues are more related to we don't know our best defence or our best.
Southampton game, obviously, Reece James was ill. Trevor Chalobah got injured because Trev looked great against Leicester.
And Aspie's passed demonstrated last night.
If you've got your back three of Koulibaly, Silva, Fofana, and then you've got Trevor Chalobah who can come into that, replace any of them.
Oh yeah,
or replace Fofana, and then you've got no one else to replace anyone. And even if Tuchel fancies with Reece James dropped to right centre back, we then need a right wing back. So I'm not.
Yeah, we don't have a right wing back other than Reece James. And so with Reece James out ill, we just had no one. And the fact that we've not done anything to address that position is absolutely criminal.
After last year where he got injured and missed most of the season.
Pulisic had to play 30 minutes as right wing back. He's not been given any minutes really in forward positions. He should
right
start.
or left, he'll do well. I think Pulisic looks one of our best players at the moment.
Don't stick Tuchel on the wing.
Pulisic
looked very hungry last night. I wouldn't say he's one of our best players, but I mean, with Mount and Havertz not doing anything against the likes of Everton, Leeds, Leicester, Southampton.
In 20 minutes, Breuer looked better than Havertz across the whole of the 4 games. 4 or 5 games. It needs a turnaround, and West Ham is the test on Saturday.
Yeah, well, something has to change. If I see the same lineup, no point watching.
Yeah,
West Ham will run us over.
If we lose to West Ham, we've got some serious thinking to do.
I mean, I hope Fofana is ready to start on Saturday because we're going to need him.
Because
we
all laughed at United, we all laugh at Liverpool.
If United now win on the Thursday night, they'll be ahead of us by 2 points. If Liverpool win, which by the time this goes out, you will know. Hopefully they're not, though, for my fantasy team. But because Newcastle players.
Tonight,
if Liverpool win, they could go above us.
Manchester United could be 2 points ahead of us. And they lost 4-0 to Brentford and 2-0 to Brighton first 2 games.
Yeah, and then since they played Liverpool and Southampton, they did beat.
And even with Liverpool, you question, how long do they give Klopp if it carries on? I mean, the Bournemouth win would certainly help them, but we're in the same situation.
Speaking of sackings, Scott Parker now, of course.
Just quickly, that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. He played Liverpool, Arsenal and City and Villa. Got 3 points out of that.
I don't think it's a results-based sacking. I reckon he has complained to the board that he's not being backed.
Yeah.
Have you seen the players they've signed this summer? Senesi's the one they spent the most money on. And he looks crap, yeah. I mean, look at comparatively, Forest have been splashing cash on European superstars.
Andres Pereira, Leno,
intelligently adding squad players. Well, fantastic starting players. Yeah, Williams seems close. And then Bournemouth are just signing Joe Rothwell. I mean, I don't even know who the bloke is. I don't think that is a performance-based sacking. It has to be a disagreement.
He said, we're not going to stay up this year, and they've gone, okay, well, we're going to sack you then.
Yeah, I think, he's definitely gone, look, we need to sign some players in the next 4 days. If not, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, go then. And he did. And now they don't have a manager.
Yeah. But on Chelsea, obviously, I love Thomas Tuchel, and I don't think we should sack him. But how long do we give him if the bad results continue?
I don't know. I think we need a long-term manager. We've got to stick with someone. I don't know. I don't think he's been in charge of transfers this summer, and as much as Cucurella's a fantastic deal, Koulibaly's a fantastic deal, Sterling is a brilliant, brilliant player. We've not added in positions we desperately need.
No.
And instead of splashing a lot of money on centre halves, which is what we've done, and we definitely needed it, but you can get bargains.
I also just don't
90 mil for
understand how you look at our team against Leeds and against Southampton and go, we don't need a backup right wing back, we don't need a striker, we don't need another midfielder.
Yeah, but then we refuse to use the youth.
Yeah.
So how are they ever going to develop? Like I do on Sterling, I think he's out on loan again this year.
At this point, we
potentially could have been kept around.
We might as well give Harvey Vale a run out.
How he didn't push for a Jonathan Klaus or something. I think he left Lens for 15 million, 10 mil. That's an easy pickup. I think he's going to start at where'd he go? Marseille, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it'd be a difficult deal to pull off.
I think we've got the right squad to win most games this season. I think we're not playing the right players, and also I think if you've got bringing Fofana right centre half. So Southampton game, if you look at Fofana right centre half over Dave, Reece right wing back over Loftus, maybe you play a Kovacic and a Gilmore in the midfield, and then you play Breuer through the middles. Looking at that.
I also can't understand why we keep playing players out of position. Havertz is not a striker. We keep playing him striker. It's not working. It doesn't take a genius to work that one out. Pulisic is not a wing back.
What annoys me is Loftus-Cheek can be a good footballer. He is just so inconsistent. Against Tottenham, singing his praises, he was phenomenal. But then since then, he's been crap.
Well, he was put there to do a job that day, and he can do that job, but he's not a right wing back. Mount, I think in attacking mid last night looked a bit better. He did pick up an assist, didn't he, for Sterling's goal, and that was a good bit of movement.
Sterling looks good.
Sterling looks very, very good. I'm excited to see how he gets on.
If he can keep scoring, hopefully we can just not concede.
I don't know how to feel about Ziyech. I think he looks a decent player at times. He's playing these beautiful passes, but he's so predictable. And I mean, there was a chance he could have made it 2.
Yeah.
When Havertz did the back heel, and then I believe it was Mount put it in the area.
Yeah.
Then Ziyech. It was such a soft shot. I genuinely thought he was going to absolutely leather it.
The thing is,
but didn't even challenge Bazunu.
He should let it come across his body and hit with his right, but because he
definitely could hit it with his left.
I've never known a footballer to not be able to use their right foot.
He definitely could hit it with his left, but he just didn't put any power behind it.
People get weak-footed, right? And you have a weak foot, but you can still kick the ball with that. Hakim Ziyech genuinely cannot make a pass with his right foot.
I think Ziyech should have gone this window, and I know the deal with Ajax is now off, but just genuinely, they've probably looked at Ziyech's wages and gone, they're disgusting.
Yeah. And
we just have to shift Ziyech. Clubs like AC Milan have been interested. Just either try and wrap him up in some kind of Leão deal. I don't know. Just shift him, please.
The other big thing for me,
maybe a swap deal with Neymar. Ziyech out, Neymar
would do perfect in League and just play the long ball with his left foot. Because I think his passing range is brilliant. We saw it last night.
And he'd get the paycheck. We'd not have to overpay for Neymar, really. I reckon we could offer 10 mil Ziyech.
I don't know if I want Neymar.
I think it's such an exciting prospect. If he fails, he fails, and we've,
got enough slot. Great, 100 million.
No, but it's not 100 mil, is it? It's 10 mil and a Ziyech, is what I'm saying. If that was the deal, then I'd be more than happy to bring Neymar in. Yes, he'd probably be on big wages.
Why would PSG do that?
What?
They signed for 200.
Well, Mbappe wants Neymar gone.
10 million.
Well,
Some hacking.
I don't know how you get much more for Neymar. Yeah, he started the season all right, but
I guess the 15, 20 mil. So I guess that's 30.
Yeah, exactly.
30 mil. That's still ridiculous for that. The fact he spent 200 million on a football and you might sell him for 30.
Yeah, but I think you're not going to get 100 mil.
Yeah, PSG don't need money. They can afford to make 170 million pounds.
And
loss.
well, they've been signing players for nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, how you can get Renato Sanchez for 15 mil, Carlos Soler for 18 mil, it's just absolutely ludicrous to me how these clubs just go, yeah, sure, have him for a tenner, mate.
I don't understand. It's like they want.
I was very excited about Valencia as well.
Yeah.
They've just signed Cavani. I thought, you know what, could do all right, but they've sold Soler now.
Well, they can't replace Soler with 18 million.
I think you probably can, but it's a very, very cheap deal.
Other big thing for Chelsea, I think Kepa Arrizabalaga should start against West Ham.
Yeah, because the same things we've criticised Kepa for over the last year.
Another shit show from Mendy.
But it's just, we're seeing the same pattern emerge with both keepers.
Yeah.
Fantastic first season, looking very decent.
It's like Jose Mourinho at Chelsea, second season.
Did all right in his second season, Mendy. Did look all right last season, but now we've reached the third season, and he's just not cutting it.
And I think Kepa's
too many times.
Kepa has had a year.
Should he make saves and he just doesn't?
Kepa's had a year of bench keeper. He's forgotten all his mistakes. Everyone would have forgotten. Well, I hope some. I was annoyed at him when he makes all the errors 2 years ago and when he didn't want to come off in the Carabao Cup final. That's all the past now.
Well, we're seeing errors from Mendy, so I think it's worth giving Kepa a go.
Play Kepa. Again, Mendy. Southampton's first goal, he got a hand to it and turned it into his own side.
The second one as well.
Second one, I mean, it
doesn't have hands.
Off Koulibaly, but
doesn't matter. He still got something on it and couldn't keep out the goal. It's just time and time again he seems to have no wrists, and we've criticised Kepa for it, but at least Kepa, I believe, with his feet is better than Mendy. Yeah. I mean, Mendy cost us the goal at Leeds.
Doesn't make that mistake against Leeds, and then our heads don't drop.
I think Kepa should be given the next 5 games in goal. I think we should be making a statement to players that if you make massive errors consistently, you will be dropped. I think the same for Mount and Havertz. I think the same for Jorginho.
Yeah. West Ham, I want to see Havertz. I want to see Jorginho. I want to see Mendy dropped at least, maybe even Mount. I want to see new players.
Mount and Havertz both have to go.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's good
both
enough.
Both of them have been horrific at the start of the season.
I love them, but you've got to be honest, they've not been good enough.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And I think Armando Broja does a lot better there.
Yeah, I don't. Well, put it this way, I don't think Breuer comes away from the first 5 games without a
And
contribution.
also, we cannot judge Breuer off sub appearances. He needs a full 90 minutes to see what he can do.
Yeah,
so
let's
if
give
he
him
gets
West
90
Ham.
minutes against West Ham, he gets a double.
Dawson wants to leave. Aguard's injured. Zuma's a very good centre half.
Now,
Let's give Breuer a run out.
Breuer scores a double against West Ham if he starts on Saturday.
I mean, it'd be brilliant to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really shows Thomas Tuchel what he can do.
And the Kepa will kick the ball long and he'll run that with the first one. And then it'll be like,
Alright.
wow.
Yeah.
Kepa will also save a penalty.
And then everyone will get Kepa
I
in their
think
fantasy.
Kepa's also a very good penalty goalkeeper. As well, we know that. We've proven that. So if we do ever get penalties, well, I don't think I've ever seen Eddie Mendy save a penalty.
No, I do think Kepa now should be given a good run on the side. And I don't mean, one game to show Mendy. We need to be giving him minutes. You can't judge your player off one game.
Yeah, you can't judge Conor Gallagher. Well,
We've given the likes of Mount, Havertz, Mendy, Jorginho. We've given them 5 games. Now let's play other players for 5 games, and then be able to compare.
I'm a bit annoyed at Gallagher because he's a very good footballer, but he has cocked this up for himself.
He can't play in a 2-man pivot. It's just not his role,
But
and it's
still,
stupid.
I get that he's not very good in the
I
role,
know.
but Leeds he
you don't
struggled,
get
and
sent
Leicester
off.
you should not be getting 2 yellow cards in
Very rash.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just criminal, and very very stupid for him. Because now, why would Tuchel play him? Tuchel's got no reason to start him off the. He was better that. I think Koulibaly and Thiago Silva are solid.
Yeah, I do think our back 3 when you add Fofana will be fine.
Yeah.
I think Aspi got caught out way too many times. I mean, there were
do
so many
think-
times where you just saw Che Adams running down that side.
There's no need to panic yet because I think defensively, as you said, we're solid. Bring Reece. If you've got a back 5 of Reece James, Fofana, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly,
Yeah.
Kukureya, that is a world
Also,
class
the
back 5.
the 4 did not work last night.
No, not at all.
Koulibaly and Thiago Silva just couldn't deal with Che Adams,
then-
really, because they're too used, I guess, to playing in a 3. I think we look a lot more solid in a 3, because even against 2 striker formations, we're able to mark them
if
effectively.
we shore up defensively, then
Which we should do, considering
I
we've
think
spent, 200
we've
million
shown
for
that
defence.
we'll get goals at Sterling. I think Breuer will get goals if he starts. I think Mount can maybe try and find a bit of form. I think if he's up there with a Sterling and Breuer that are firing,
I think you need to drop him.
yeah,
You have to drop him to show that it won't be accepted, subpar performances.
even a 5-2-1-2 to be honest.
I'd rather see a 5-2-3 return. I think Sterling's a lot better out wide. I think Breuer needs to be
I'm more meant, obviously, if you want Mount in the middle.
lone central figure.
Do you want Mount in the middle?
Yeah, but the problem is we have 2 attacking midfielders and don't play with an attacking midfielder.
Because if you need Sterling and Breuer in their good positions, then do you bring a Pulisic in on the right?
Well, that is literally what I'm saying.
Okay.
That we need a winger.
Yeah.
And I would personally bring Zaha and play him on that right.
I would love that.
Aubameyang up front, I think it's an interesting deal, potentially. I don't think I'm a massive fan of it.
I want to give Breuer a chance first.
I hope that... if Aubameyang's coming in, it's going to be on Thursday. Is that quick enough to get him ready for Saturday? Probably not. So surely Breuer starts West Ham at least.
Striker and Havertz to be the bench impact.
I think also if you bring in Aubameyang, there's absolutely no reason why you then can't play the 5-2-1-2 you mentioned to have Breuer and Aubameyang up front together with Sterling a little deeper, or Havertz in that attacking mid role, or Mount in that attacking mid role. Potentially you then reintroduce him into the side. But I would definitely be benching both of them and Jorginho.
Once again, I think
against
it's
West Ham.
proven that Jorginho is... I don't know. I just don't think he's very good.
I also don't think Rice is the answer.
No.
I don't think Declan Rice is great at bringing the ball forwards. But I think Rice is a very good player, but he's not the kind of player we need.
Yeah.
I think Gilmour can do a very, very similar job.
Yeah.
And if anything, Gilmour's younger and more able to develop further than Rice is. I wouldn't be splashing 100 million on Rice at all.
No.
If you can get him on a free in 2 years, then go do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's free. It's a bargain for nothing. But I would not be spending 100 mil. I think Frankie de Jong is a much more complete player
Definitely.
and offers a lot more creatively.
I think De Jong, even De Jong and Fofana, I think sorts out.
A midfield 2 of De Jong and Kante is fantastic. But I don't think we can just keep throwing money at things and hoping it's going to work. The squad needs some fantastic players added. And we've added some really good players for bargains. I just hope that 75 mil for Fofana, 80 mil for De Jong, if they don't work out, it's a lot of money lost. I think we need to be smarter with our recruitment.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and with the fact that we went in for Rafinha, which would have been a perfect fit for that right-hand side, and then have since abandoned attempts to sign a tricky winger, stuns me. We have to push hard for Zaha in the final days of the window. We saw last night what he can do against Brentford. That goal was absolutely beautiful. And we're just not good enough from Chelsea. I think we need players that will have an impact. Zaha is that kind of player that will take the game by the scruff of the neck. He'll have an explosive impact. I don't really mind the whinging and the moaning.
No.
I think people get annoyed when he just like throws his arms around and he's frustrated, but it shows he cares.
And what
we need players who care.
Is that when Zaha gets frustrated, he scores goals.
Yeah, and hopefully if we're not losing too often, he won't feel the need to get sent off.
Yeah,
and we've already got enough players getting sent off, so what's one more?
For me, West Ham and Fulham are the big two games next.
We have to win both of them because we've got Liverpool the week after. I'm telling you now, we're going to get absolutely fucking battered if we don't sort our shit out quickly.
Next 3 games are massive.
Yeah.
West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool, that should be 6 points.
If we don't take a point, Tuchel should go. Potentially, I think. Is it too early? I think 7 games in.
You're telling me we've got 4 points.
No, sorry, 8 games into a season, we've got 7 points.
So you're saying we've got 7 points from 8 games? That is ludicrous. We are already. If Arsenal win, obviously you guys watching and listening will already know the Arsenal result. But if Arsenal beat Villa, we'll be 8 points off them already. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Sorry, 8 points. I forgot we're on 7, not 6. Yeah.
Wow.
Chelsea, there's work to be done.
Definitely.
Before the West Ham game in 4 days. I do think players need to be dropped. 100%. And hopefully we do see that from Thomas Tuchel.
Yes.
I think that's all for today, though.
Yeah.
Of course, this will be going out on Thursday, so tomorrow we will have Premier League predictions and we will have the FPL show. The FPL would usually be out on a Thursday and the podcast a Wednesday, but the way that everything has panned out this week, there's so much going on, so we've just reworked the schedule. So Premier predictions will be out tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m. BST, and then the FPL show will be out some point Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
There's no Saturday kickoff, so it could there's no Friday night kickoff, so it could even be a Saturday morning if it comes to it. Hopefully it should be out Friday night though. But I think that is all for today. If you have enjoyed, I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Leave a like. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you're on YouTube, what do you think of the current situation at Chelsea and any other kind of questions about the Premier League and stuff? We'll always answer down there. Of course, if you're on Spotify, then feel free to head on over to the YouTube, get involved, give your thoughts. If you're on YouTube, head on over to Spotify if you want to listen to just the audio of these episodes. Well, I'm going to thank you all very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.